So I wanted to do a quick video here and show my Mikini mill and some of the issues that I'm currently having with it. This is a Mikini Mechatronics 1610L CNC machine. I've had it since January 2009. I've had a lot of trouble with the electronics on it, specifically the spindle motor and spindle motor controller have died 4 times now. And the last time it died, Phil sent me all new electronics. So even though this is a very early model year 2008 machine, it has the newer version 2.0 electronics. So when I got those electronics, I had to figure out how to integrate them into the version 1 chassis. So I actually spent about a year converting the machine from version 1 electronics to version 2. So that involved cutting a hole in the front here for the new control panel, building and fabricating a new front enclosure here to hold the new electronics because the old enclosure wasn't deep enough for the new electronics, building and fabricating this wiring race here to carry the wires from the back of the system to the front of the system, installing new lighting. Actually, I blew the halogen machine light that was on here. It was 24 volts DC, and I plugged it into 220 because I didn't realize it was 24 volts DC, because the diagrams that come in the Mikini documentation are little tiny block diagrams and you can't really read them. So I plugged the halogen lamp that was on the side of the trussed column, plugged that into 220, and that didn't go well. So Phil did send me this, which is an LED light to test. Something that they're considering using on newer machines is a LED light, and it comes on with the machine, works pretty good. So that's kind of the front of the machine. It's all sort of working now. When I say sort of working, I'll explain in a minute what I mean by that. So this is the electronics in the back here. It's got the new spindle controller. Those are the stepper drivers there, and the interface board there, and the 12-volt power supply there. And then down at the very bottom of the machine, I had to modify the original version 1 machine. The electronics, the power supply, and the PC were inside this electronics enclosure along with everything else. It was pretty crowded. The new electronics power supply is designed to go down in the bottom of the machine. So the power supply is down in the bottom, mounted to the side, so I had to drill holes in the base and mount the power supply in the bottom, and then run the wires up to here, and then redo this, all the electronics in here pretty much except the stepper drivers and the 12-volt power supply are all new. Running mine with the smooth stepper, which is up there on USB. I had the integrated Mikini computer, and I took it out basically because I had this other computer that I like better because it's integrated all-in-one device. So the computer is inside the monitor, so it takes up less room. It's just cleaner. So basically that's my mill. It's a Franken mill because it's Franken Mikini, because it's part version 1, part version 2, and so it's kind of a little off the beaten path at this point. The accuracy and the repeatability of the mill is very good. I was testing that out yesterday, and one of the things I was doing was using a 6-inch gauge block and just testing the x-axis and y-axis to see how accurate and repeatable they were. And I was able to move 0 on that gauge block and then run it up against a 1, 2, 3 block in CNC mode, and just hit 0 on the dial test indicator every single time, going back and forth, and I did it like 10 times on both axes. So there's no backlash, or almost no backlash, hardly measurable, maybe 1/10 or 2/10 backlash or something like that. Really low backlash, so the accuracy and repeatability is great. The only problem I've really had with the machine consistently is the stepper. The spindle drive has been flaky since the day I got it. And I have, since I got the machine, I've rebuilt the spindle itself, and replace the bearings, because when I first got it, it was squeaky like a mouse. So I took it apart, replaced the bearings with Nachi ABEC, what are they, ABEC 7 or something bearings, P4 class spindle bearings, and Kluber Isoflex 15 grease, you know, measured in the right amount, done in a clean environment with gloves on and the whole bit. So the spindle's been rebuilt. It's nice and smooth now. Still having trouble with the spindle electronics, and I'll explain that in another video because I don't want this to get too long. But the other thing I was going to show you is here on the back is the serial number. So as near as I can tell, you can see the serial number there. This is version year 2008 and version 1, and the serial number is like 0006 basically. So I mean, this is probably like the 6th machine that they made, and I knew when I bought it that I could run into some trouble, given that it was you know, brand new design, brand new machine. I had no idea I would have as much trouble as I have had. I've had way more trouble than I ever bargained for. Did get the extended warranty, which was a good idea. Have used that extensively. Even when it was out of warranty though, Phil still, you know, stood behind the machine, because when he shipped me the version 2 electronics, it was already out of warranty at that point. So anyway, that's my Mikini mill. I'll make another short video where I explain the problems that I'm currently having, see if anybody else can see if the problem's unique to my machine or if anyone else is having the same problem. Alright.